Okay, so we'll start off with the elimination. I don't usually like these more skill-based, goofy eliminations. I want to see, especially when it's the guys, two physical competitors going head-to-head. But I also didn't care too much about this elimination, so I don't mind that they got this one out of the way on Corey and Nelson. And not to mention it made for a hilarious elimination. Right from Nelson's first kick, I'm like, boy, this guy's in trouble. Unless he can learn how to play soccer in the next 5, 10, 20 minutes, however long the elimination lasts, he's going to go home. And lucky for him, they had so many kicks apiece. I think Nelson did improve and actually learned how to kick a soccer ball just by practice. And then Joss calling them out for their lack of football skills. It was very funny. So we go no goalkeeper. And it's coming down to it. And at this point, I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't know who's going to win, but I feel like it's going to be Corey because Corey's just been getting way too much airtime. And either they're setting him up for a hero edit where he goes really far in the season, or usually they give people airtime before they're about to go. And sure enough, Corey's gone. And I have mixed feelings about Corey leaving. I mean, the guy's beautiful. He's goofy and funny in a bumbling sort of way, but he just made too much of a big enemy with Bananas, and he had to go. I guess might as well make it the first episode. And then we go back to the house and Kyle. Following up from last week where he shook Corey's hand, I thought this might cause some trouble with him. I'm not sure if he was able to get out of it by playing this, oh, I'm the foreigner who doesn't know. In this country doesn't mean shaking hands means a deal. In our country, it just means, oh, I'll consider your deal. I think Kyle might be the only guy who might be able to pull this off, even though it sounds ridiculous. And I suspect Kyle, he might be able to play this kind of goofy, lovable, idiot role all the way to the final, even though I think he's a pretty smart guy and probably surprisingly ruthless. And then we get Melissa, flirt with a brick wall, girl that keeps on giving, dropping some truth bombs. So when she calls out Natalie, not calls her out, but says, I think Natalie might just be cuddling up to Johnny because he's a strong competitor. For me, this whole time I've been seeing Natalie as this innocent, sweet, naive girl that's just going to get hurt by Johnny. I've never considered that maybe she's actually using him and exploiting his feelings for her. And Melissa said a lot of smart things this episode. I feel a little bad for her getting her foot hurt and having to go into the elimination, and I think she might go home over it because she might just not be a physical competitor. But I think she caught a tough break, and had things gone a little differently, she might have made it pretty far in this game. So now we get to the challenge and the new twist in the game, the grenade. At first I was on the fence about this. I feel like if you add too many twists and too many gimmicks to your game, it takes the strategy element out of it and it just turns it into kind of luck and kind of a crapshoot who then ends up winning. But I was wrong. I love this gimmick. I love all the gimmicks on the show so far, and Nelson, very smart not using it. I haven't given him too much credit before for being a good competitor. This shows he's not a total idiot. He's got some good common sense. So the hashtag Vendettas challenge, I don't know what to call this because it's not product placement. It's a new thing. It's social media placement. And Joss calling Shane a fat walrus. So funny. I think Joss and Zach probably have the best lines for me. And as far as who did well, Victor, I thought he did really good last week standing up for himself politically, but he was weak physically. Now he has a good physical showing as well. So Victor definitely could be one to watch out for. But Johnny Bananas, if you want to understand how much he's on just another level than all the other competitors, he starts off the challenge wanting to throw it and just coasting. Then he notices his competitor Devin is doing well, turns on the gas, and not only finishes second to Devin and is going to maybe be in the top 3, but beats Devin so he can win challenges not even trying. And then for the women, Sylvia, Victor says, wow, I was not expecting that from her. You and me both, Victor. I can't even do like a power rankings or say who I think strong because every week someone new just comes out of the woodwork. Last week it was Cam. This week it's Sylvia. And we get the first taste of an alliance, Marie, Kayla, and Sylvia. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's interesting. We're starting to see where the alliances are in the house. And then for the actual Troika, it's very interesting that we alternate guys and girls eliminations. But for the Troika, on any given week, it could be 3 guys in there, it could be 3 girls in there, or any other combination. So it's a really interesting wrinkle. So Natalie and Johnny Bananas, big power couple in the Troika. Devin said this as well. I think Natalie, there could be a bit of a culture shift coming from a game like Big Brother that is a different game. And she did not come across well this episode. I don't know if it was the editing, but the way she was going up to the different people, it just made no sense. It didn't seem smart. It seemed like she rubbed everyone the wrong way. So I see her maybe, God, I don't know, because she does seem to be a good competitor. She's aligned herself with the strongest competitor in the game. So she seems all set to go really far, but I see trouble in her future. So it looks like Alicia's going in. Doesn't seem like she's making a good case for herself. She goes, aren't you guys tired of all the same people winning and winning? And Devin says the obvious, well, Johnny isn't. And I guess she was maybe appealing to the other two, but still, it seemed like a weak case she was making, so she's probably going in. And then the episode ends right there at the Inquisition. And it's interesting, usually these shows follow a pretty similar format. Usually each episode starts with some socializing, then the challenge, then the nomination, and then the elimination usually finishes off, but sometimes there's a cliffhanger and we see the end of the elimination the next episode. These episodes, we seem to be falling further and further behind. Last episode ended, we didn't see any of the elimination at all. This episode, we're not even getting to the nominations, let alone the eliminations. So it's an interesting change from what at least I've seen in previous seasons. And God, is it ever frustrating. Not frustrating like I'm going to watch the show frustrating, just frustrating like it drives me crazy that I have to wait a whole nother week to even know who's nominated. As far as romances go, we have Nicole and Melissa. Nicole could not be any sweeter, crushing on Melissa. Seems like she likes Melissa way more than it is the other way around. I really like them together. I thought they were very cute. And then Kaylee, the ex on the beach one, she's crushing on Nelson. Apparently has never seen a beard before. I don't know if anything's going to happen with this. I think we might just get a few funny lines this episode and nothing really is going to happen going forward. So that's it for the episode. See you guys next week.